All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Chicago Bulls video for you. If you enjoyed this video and you like NBA content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Really helps the algorithm. Let's try and hit 50 likes on this video. That would mean a lot to me, but let's get into it. The Chicago Bulls, they've got to come together, man. They missed out on a spot in the play-in tournament by 2 games last season, but the team, they didn't quit. They did not quit, man. They won 5 of their last 7 games, ended on a high note. They looked good. They were clicking. They've got a decent core in place and a decent amount of salary cap room that they're going to be able to play around with. Now, Thaddeus Young and Tomas Satoransky's contracts are about to become fully guaranteed here in just 2 days. So, honestly, I guess both of them will be remaining on the team. Tomas, on the other hand, maybe he gets traded. I would not be surprised. The Bulls have also been linked heavily to Dennis Schroder in recent days, man. He's expected to be on the Chicago Bulls offseason wish list once he officially hits free agency, and their interest was confirmed by a report by Brian Windhorst, that LeBron guy. So, disappointing season in LA, good runner-up 6-man 2 years ago, but he does bring firepower off the bench. He could complement Zach very well. The issue is some people want him to come off the bench, and it's like, why are we going to pay him $20 million a year to come off the bench when you can just go after a guy like Lonzo Ball? But let's get into a couple of trade targets that the Chicago Bulls might want to at least look into. Now, this first one is not going to be received goodly, and that is with good reason, because as of like 20 minutes ago, Ben Simmons, apparently they're looking for 4 first-round picks, 3 pick swaps, and a young player. It's way too much. For Ben Simmons, it's absolutely ludicrous. I mean, they're really acting like he's James Harden. It's crazy. So, with that being said, I still think if they were to lower their asking price down to maybe like 1 first-round pick, then we might be able to start talking. He is a stud. He's 6'11". He weighs 240 pounds. He's only 24 years old, and he's a solid point guard. He would be able to play make for us. We don't necessarily need shooting at the starting point guard position. I would say it is definitely preferred. But if the Chicago Bulls found a way to somehow land Ben Simmons, I don't think it would be that much of a concern. I mean, he'll still be able to put up about 15 for you. Maybe, just maybe, he has a shot this season. I think regardless, it's probably going to have to be a 3-team trade. Now, their obvious glaring need is a point guard. And I think landing a landing a star like Ben Simmons, who still has room to grow, still has loads of potential, it's really intriguing. It sounds great. It would be almost a near-perfect trio, Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic all in the starting lineup. All right, this next trade here, I'm not too big on this trade target just because I think not only is the asking price going to be a little too much, and it's just we have Patrick Williams. So I'm talking about Michael Porter Jr., and it seems as if they're looking to maybe be open to a big package. That's the issue, is all these are big packages. But we all know AK drafted this guy, 6'10", 220 pounds, former stud at Mizzou, although he didn't really play much. He was a kind of like a what-if star out there. But what really stands in Michael Porter Jr.'s way is the injury bug. He really can't seem to go a few months at a time without experiencing another injury, and that is tough. However, there was a promising sign this past season. He played in 58 games. He averaged 19.2 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and an assist. He was on my fantasy team. I ended up winning, and so Michael Porter Jr. is one of those guys I will forever thank. He shot 54.5% from beyond the field, 44.6% from beyond the arc, and 79% from the free throw line. So his efficiency when he plays and is healthy, his efficiency is absolutely off the charts. His box plus minus rating is above 3.0, and true shooting percentage is above 66 for the first time in his career. So if for some reason the Nuggets weren't going to require a hand and a leg, although the reports that he might be on the move, I think it's more just speculation. So if the Nuggets were to actually decide, all right, let's part ways with MPJ because we need to get more firepower to win right now, I bet AK is the number one guy I would want to make that happen. This final trade is a little interesting because it's Karl-Anthony Towns. Two-time All-Star selection, won Rookie of the Year in 2015, 2016. I think, honestly, he is one of the most undervalued superstars in the NBA. He's 6'11", 250, only 25 years old, and he's already an established star. I think it's a lot of the reason is just because he's playing for Minnesota, and they have been relatively dysfunctional even when Jimmy Buckets was there and they made the playoffs. It seems as if he is still happy playing in Minneapolis. However, yet to really make a good, deep playoff run. So it could be something on his mind, and with the right package, I mean, you really never know. We'd be able to find it would be a really interesting way to get this trade to happen, but if it were to happen, Zach LaVine and Karl-Anthony Towns would be reunited. They played together in both their NBA early days, and hopefully, I think that trio would be able to lead them well into the playoffs. The problem they were to run into if they were to actually get Cat is the defensive issues. The Bulls are already one of the worst defensive teams in the East, unfortunately, and having a starting front court of Vucevic and Karl-Anthony Towns, it would bring even more defensive liabilities in the paint. However, the offense, it would be very, very tough to stop. I think one of the reasons Cat gets disrespect on defense is because he's playing with four dudes who don't know how to play defense at all. And so if they're just getting by their guys with one quick move, it's up to Karl-Anthony Towns to figure it out. So I think he gets a little too much disrespect. However, he does have a lot of work he needs to do on the defensive end. But anyways, guys, that is it for today. Hopefully those were three kind of trade ideas that you were not anticipating. If you have any videos you want me to do for the Chicago Bulls, let me know down in the comments below. I think I'm going to do a draft video hopefully soon, but that's about it, man. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Peace.